Huggie Pacino here, back with another video. Shout out to Wally the Green Monster. I have the luxury of a variety of women that I can encounter, meet, engage with, such as Jewish women, Italian women, Cape Verdean women, Puerto Rican women, Dominican women, Cuban, Colombian, Mexican, Haitian, Jamaican, European, and American black, if you want to consider that, but that's another story. Overweight, big, small, tall, short, dark, light, long hair, short hair, blue eyes, green eyes, brown eyes, gray eyes. Single mothers, women without children, of all ages. The lowest I've met was 22, from 28 to 35 to 40. I want to say by this, I never had a problem with women when it comes to having fun with them, whether it be going out on dates, movies, gatherings, sexual activities. That's never been the issue. The issue I have was with the actual commitment that women are willing to agree and to be loyal, faithful, consistent, and monogamous. With that being said, the screenshot that you're looking at is a 50-year-old woman who is involved in the school system. I won't say where. Very beautiful woman. This woman met me and had the nerve to tell me, oh, we can't talk on the phone verbally. So I was kind of confused, like, wait a minute, what do you mean? And I'm like, what do you mean you can't talk? So it was kind of threw me off, like, oh, one of them. You actually live with your ex. Here's the problem. This is a dangerous game that she's playing, because it is a game. And if you're not willing to get rid of the problem before you try to go to another situation, then you might need to stop doing it, because you're going to encounter a person like myself who's going to say no. Nah. However, there are guys who would prey on that woman, say, okay, that's cool, and then they're going to play with you. They're going to lie, say whatever they want to say, they'll go along with it, and eventually they'll play, and they'll play, and they'll play, and they'll wait, and they'll wait, they'll play the game with you. Next thing you know, he gets close to you, right? He sleeps with you. You do nice things, you're having a good time, and next thing you know, might blow up your spot. You might fuck around and tell your ex-boyfriend that lives in that house that, yeah, I've been doing X, Y, and Z. And then next thing you know, there's a possibility that the woman may end up hurt, physically, unalive, who knows. How many times we watch the news? How many times in your personal life that you know people that died that way, playing these games, trying to have a relationship with someone else, and they have even removed the person out of their home? This is not just necessarily toward women, but I will say this. I hear all the time about the dating pool. Do you know how many women I've met like this? I met so many women like this who got a boyfriend in their house, or some type of guy, or they say roommate or something like that. I've had that situation. However, I've even told people, hey, because once upon a time, my baby mother was living in my house. And we didn't have a relationship, but she was living in my house trying to get on her feet at one point. And I would date other women. And of course she would get upset, but that's another story. I do understand that there is a situation where I would not hide anything from her. Yeah, I'm going to talk to whatever woman I want to talk to in my house, because you came to my house to get on your feet. And you're not an ex with an intention to not leave. Your intention was to go, so I could talk to whoever I want to talk to. when you have a situation where there's a person who can't talk to you and they have their ex in the house, it ain't got nothing to do with the kids, because you notice how she threw the kids in the middle. She was going to hide the fact that there is an ex-boyfriend. That was her first intentions. Because if you look at how long it took her to write the next message, she had to come clean because she realized, oh, I wasn't responding. And now I'm not going to respond. I don't want nothing to do with that. Now, if I go back to my younger years, ladies and gentlemen, I used to fuck married women. I used to jump in I used to jump in windows and sneak out because I didn't want to get caught by their husband. I did a lot of crazy crap that I would not do today as a mature, much more mature adult. I'm not saying that that's immature, but I am saying that's crazy and that's unsafe, because people are willing to unalive you about their relationship, because you don't know what a person's mentally thinking when they're in love. It might kill you. Okay, I'm not supposed to say that word. This is YouTube. Goodness, I hate censorship. Anyway, here's the problem. I've encountered so many women who have these issues. And then, you know, they're the ones that are completely single, who have no relationship, with no connection to the guy living in the home. They have some type of dealings with them. They talk to them. Or they have some type of financial buying with them, where that person is paying their bills or utilities or rent or mortgage or whatever. And then you have the ones who have no attachment, but then they have these past exes who were on drugs or gang members, drug sellers and bums. You know, I can recall, like, probably in the last 6 months of this year, I can recall 20 women that I've met who told me their ex-boyfriends were drug addicts. 20. And here I am watching women talk about how the dating pool is this, that, and the third. And I do understand there's two issues with me. I do understand that I'm not the most attractive guy to most women. I know this. I do also understand the second thing is that I am overweight. I'm a big guy. I'm a 300-pound, 6-foot guy. I'm about 335. My weight fluctuates. I went from 375 to 320 to 330 to 340, back to 335 again. So I lost 5 more pounds. So I'm having kind of a up and down lack of discipline to get my weight under control. So I do understand that. The accountability is that there's two things against me. Otherwise, if I was in shape, most likely my attraction to women would be much more. If I lost about 40, 50 pounds, I know I would be more attractive to women. However, I don't have a problem with encountering women who are attracted to me. I've met women who weren't overweight who found me attractive. I actually had relationships with them. I slept with them or whatnot. But remember, when you have men like myself who actually have a problem with women, we don't have a problem with you as if we hate you. We have a problem with loyalty, consistency, and actually having the one that means what they say. You know, the ones that don't lie and don't creep, that don't cheat, and all this old real crap. Because you put a person like myself in a situation, because one thing I can respect about the woman, she was honest about what she had going on, because she could have lied. She could have just sat, you know, snuck around the house and chit-chat with me, and then next thing you know, ex-boyfriend could have been calling my phone. I've had that happen before. So I want to say that by saying this: men, women, both alike, be careful about who you meet and who you deal with. It is very dangerous out here. We already got to worry about STDs. Now we got to worry about physical violence. We got to worry about getting hurt physically. You know what I'm saying? It's not even funny how crazy the dating world is. It's been 6 months this year. I haven't been in a relationship since December, okay? I have been with multiple women sexually, but that's nothing to brag about. I don't really care. That's like taking candy from a baby, is having sex with women. It's like, that's not hard to do. A person like myself don't have a problem with sex. All this crap about incels, do y'all know what an incel means? Incel means involuntarily celibate, right? Most men I have no problem having sex with women. Like, if I'm just gonna be thoroughly honest, this is like an unpopular opinion. A lot of women are gonna like it. The hardest thing is getting you all to commit on a loyalty, monogamous relationship. Fucking you is like the easiest thing in the world. I'm sorry, you might not like it, but I know a lot of you watching this will be like, yeah, Tyrone and Craig and Tonio, yeah, they did have sex with. A lot of y'all are promiscuous. Like, it's not hard to sleep with a lot of women. That's easy. So that's nothing to brag about. You know what I want to brag about? I want to brag about a woman that I have, and she's my woman. I would love to brag about that. I would love for that to mean something to me. And one thing about it is I'm not sitting here crying about it. I think that it's weird because a lot of women are putting men in dangerous spaces. There's a lot of women who aren't ready to date. Why are you in the dating pool anyway? You can't even swim. Don't you think about that? You're not even ready for a relationship or any type of communication with another man. Why are you here? Like, yeah, crazy that looks. Like, look at that thumbnail. Y'all crazy that looks. And don't get me wrong. Like I said, the woman's gorgeous. Gorgeous lady. But it's dangerous. Like, I'm really concerned because you're 50 years old and you're doing this. At 50. You know how 50 years old, you know how crazy that is? I don't even want to know how long they've been together. I don't want to know how long he's been there. I don't care. Like, this is the end of the discussion at this point. It's kind of like my last girl. You know, they said, well, you found out about this, that, and the third. And I'm like, I don't even care to find out about why the lie. I don't care about why that person lied. Like, let them go. I don't want to know what was the outcome of the lie. Like, yo, she lied. Fuck it. I don't care. Go. Be careful out here, man. This a dirty game out here in the dating pool, yo. Very dangerous. Very dangerous, man. Y'all got to be careful. Yeah, I don't know how dangerous it is until something happens to you. Catch something, catch a bullet, catch hands. And one thing I ain't never gonna do is there's no history of me calling no man or trying to encounter no one to try to save a woman that wants to fuck somebody else. Can I get a witness? I ain't never saved no woman from trying to be with somebody else. You want to be with somebody else? You know what happens? That makes me feel better knowing that you ain't shit anyway. That makes me feel better knowing you're a hoe. I can just walk away from that. Simple. Huggie Pacino, Chief Eifley. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Remember, you have to make sure you go into this dating pool and be cautious to the point where, no, you don't waste your time. No, you don't have time to play games. No, any red flag needs to be looked at, designed, and analyzed, and you either deal with it, accept it, tolerate it, or walk away. We're not in a position to have fighting capabilities when it comes down to meeting people. We shouldn't be fighting for a beginning of someone that you would like to get to know. When you see problems, abort mission. Go away. And what happens is you have a lot of people saying, man, you don't even know what her situation is. Man, I don't care about her situation. She has an ex-boyfriend in her house and she can't talk on the phone. That's nothing to talk about. Anyway, 7 o'clock. I'm on the East Coast. I'm at Dunkin's because they everywhere. You can see the color. I think that's good enough, right? Let me see. Make sure you see it because there's a Dunkin' everywhere in New England. I'm gone.
Now that's Huggie Pacino certified.
I live for this shit. Why you used to have business, boy?